Assalamu alaikum students, how are you?
Walaikum Assalam, ma'am.
Class, mark your attendance in your chat box, okay? Class, I'm giving you 5 minutes, sorry, 2, 3 minutes. Just mark your attendance, then we will start the lecture, okay? And also keep your books along with you and open page number 142. Okay, class, open page number 142. We are going to start the problems of Unit 6, Work and Energy. All of you open your book. Uh,
Yes, ma'am.
okay, see problem 6.1. A man has pulled a cart. Sorry, just a man has pulled a cart through 35 meter applying a force of 300 Newton. Find the work done by the man. So class, in this problem, the distance is given to you that is pulled by a man in the form of a cart. So the distance we have to write over here, distance is equals to S, which is equal to 35 meter. Distance is in its SI unit, so there is no need to change this unit. Then applying a force of 300 Newton. Force is also given, which we have to represent by F, and that is 300 Newton. And Newton is also the unit of, SI unit of the force. So there is also no need to change the unit. Yes, class, is there any confusion? So we have to find out the work that has been performed by the man. So yes, Emma, what you want to ask?
मैम इसके एक्सरसाइज क्वेश्चंस हमने नहीं किए हुए मैम.
Okay, I will revise you. Okay, in the next lecture, I will revise the power and efficiency, and then in the after that lecture, I will revise all the question answers. Okay. Now focus on the problems.
Yes मैम.
These are also included in your paper. So class, work is equals to force into distance. So W is equals to F into S. Force is given to you, that is 300 Newton, and the distance is 35 meter. You just need to multiply 300 by 35 and you get the answer in the form of joules. So when you calculated the answer with the help of a calculator, you will get W is equals to 10,500 joules. So this is the work done that is performed by a man. So if you want to need to calculate a work, this formula is very easy. You just need to multiply by force with the distance. If the force is given to you, distance is given to you, it is very easy for you to calculate the work done uh, mm, that is performed by any body. Now see the next problem. Problem number 6.2. So if you see the problem 6.2, a block is weighing 20 Newton. A block is weighing 20 Newton is lifted 6 meter vertically upward. Calculate the potential energy in it. So class, the weight of the body is given, block is given to you, that is 20 Newton. It means there is a force which lift the block in the upward direction, and that is the weight of the block is 20 Newton, right? So we write in the given data that weight of the block is 20 Newton and it is lifted 6 meter vertically upward. Now the distance is in the form of a height. So we represent 6 centimeter with height, and it is equal to, h is equals to 6 meter. And they ask us to find out the potential energy. All of you know that the formula for potential energy is PE is equals to mgh. Now you know that in the problem that W is given to you and W is equal to mg, right? So it's mean that mg is equal to 20 Newton and it is given you in the problem. So you just put the value in this formula, and you or also you can also change the formula that potential energy is equal to W into H, right? So W is equals to 20 Newton that is given to you, sorry, W, and H is 6. You just need to multiply 20 with 6 and you get the 120 joule, and that is the answer. And keep in mind that the unit for work done, unit for kinetic energy, and unit for potential energy are in joules or joules. They have the same units, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, see problem number 6.3. In problem 6.3, a car weighing 12 kilonewton has speed of 20 meter per second. Find its kinetic energy. So class, the weight of the car is given to you, and that is you have to represent by small w, and it is about 12 kilonewton. All of you know that kilo is equal to 10 power 3. So you just multiply 12 with 10 power 3 Newton, and you can also, when you multiply it with your with the help of a calculator, you will get the answer 12,000 Newton. And the speed of car is also given to you, and you know that the speed of car is represented by v, and that is equal to 20 meter per second. In the question, they have asked that find out the kinetic energy. All of you know that the formula for kinetic energy is equals to, kinetic energy is equals to half mv square. If you see that in the data that velocity is given to you and the weight of the car is given to you, but mass is unknown. So how do you find out the mass? All of you know that W is equals to mg. And if you just take g on the other side, it will be equal to m is equals to w by g. All of you know that w is given, and that is 12,000 Newton, and g is 10 meter per second. If you just calculate it, you will get the mass 1200 kg. Now this is the mass for the car you have calculated with the help of w. Now all the parameters are known to you, and you just substitute the values in this equation and you will get kinetic energy is equals to half 1200, mass is 1200 you put over here, and velocity is 20, and you have to take the square of this 20 because velocity is in the form of square, right? So if you just calculate the kinetic energy with the help of your calculator, you will get the answer 24,000 joule. So this is the answer for kinetic energy. And the answer is written in the form of 240 kilojoule. So how do we can write this? These are the four zeros. If you just consider these three zeros, they are in the form of kilo. So you can write as 240 kilojoule. And keep in mind that unit for joule, unit for kinetic energy, unit for potential energy, and unit for work are the same, and they are in joule or joule. Now see problem number 6.4. In 6.4, a 500-gram stone is thrown up with a velocity of 15 meter per second. Find its potential energy at its maximum height and kinetic energy when it's hit the ground. So, the mass of the stone is given to you, and that is about 500 gram. And you know that gram is not the SI unit of mass, and kg is the SI unit of mass. So first of all, you have to convert gram into kilogram. What you have to do? You have to divide 500 with 1000 to get the answer in kg. So when you divide 500 by 1000, you will get m is equals to 0.5 kg. Now mass is in its proper SI unit. Now the velocity is, they have said that when a stone is thrown with a velocity of 15 meter per second, it's mean its initial velocity vi is equals to 15 meter per second. And obviously when you throw the stone in the upward direction, it will go in this direction. This is basically the kinetic energy of the stone, right? And at this maximum point, it will gain its kinetic energy is converted into its potential energy. And after that, this stone will also return to the surface of the ground, and when it's hit the ground, its velocity will be equal to 0. So the final velocity of the stone will be vf, which is equals to 0 meter per second. Now you know the data, and they have asked us to find out the potential energy and kinetic energy. First of all, we have to find out the potential energy. So we can say that the loss of kinetic energy is equals to gain into kinetic energy. Because see over here, when the stone is going in the upward direction, it has the kinetic energy. And at this maximum point, it will lose its kinetic energy, and its kinetic energy is converted into its potential energy. And after some time, it also lose its potential energy, and it's gain its kinetic energy. And then when it will come at the rest, it gain the velocity equals to 0. So when there is a loss of energy, we can write over here as kinetic energy F minus kinetic energy I. F represent final and I represent initial. So half mvf square minus half vi square is equals to mg at is equals to p, right? Pe. So if just put the value 1 by 2 is as it is, mass is given to you 0 0.5, and final velocity is equals to 0, right? Minus 1 by 2, 0.5 is the mass, and initial velocity is 15. You have to take the square, which is equals to potential energy. So you know that if we just simplify it, the first this first term will be equal to 0, because 0 is multiplying with, see over here, with whole the term, it will make whole the term equal to 0, and we will get 0 over here, but this term will be remain. We will get the value from this term, right? So now come on the next slide. So now how do we find out the energy? We just have left with this value, which is equal to potential energy, because the other value will be equal to 0. If you just calculate this value minus 1 by 2 multiply by 0.5 multiply by 225, you will get the answer minus 56.25 is equals to potential energy. And you know that energy is always positive, so we can write as potential energy is equals to 56.25 joules. So this is the value for potential energy that has been calculated over here. Now, the second part is that we have to find out the kinetic energy. There are two methods to calculate the kinetic energy. First, you can simply write that kinetic energy is equals to potential energy. And this is the same answer that is we calculated over in the first part. And you can say that kinetic energy is equals to 56.25 joules. Or if you want to solve it properly, you can write the formula kinetic energy is equals to half mv square. You know that mass is 0.5, velocity is 15. You just calculate it, and you will get the answer 56.25 joule, same as the first part. So kinetic energy, potential energy, they have the same value, which is equal to 56.25. because energy cannot be destroyed, it can be converted from one form to another form. That's why they have the same value. So now come on problem number 6.5. Okay, if you read this problem number 6.5, it is said that on reaching the top of slope 6 meter high, it's mean if you are reaching on the top of the slope, it is 6 meter high. This is a slope, let's say, and if someone is reaching from this side, this height of the slope is given to you, which is equal to 6 meter. From its bottom, a cyclist has a speed of 1.5 meter per second. So when cyclist is coming down, it has a velocity of 1.5 meter per second. So the height of the slope is written in the form of h, which is equal to 6 meter, and the speed of the cyclist is given to us that we have to represent by v, and that is 1.5 meter per second. Find the kinetic energy and potential energy of the cyclist. So we have to find out the kinetic energy as well as the potential energy. The mass of the cyclist and his bicycle is 40 kg. So the total mass of cyclist and the bicycle is given to us, that is equals to 40 kg. So all of the data is given to us. We know that height is equal to 6 meters, speed is equal to 1.5 meter per second, and the mass is equal to 40 kg. And we have to find out the kinetic energy and potential energy. So how do we find out? First of all, we have to calculate the kinetic energy. To calculate the kinetic energy, we have to use the same formula, which is kinetic energy is equals to half mv square. Just put the value 1 by 2. Mass is given to you, that is 40 kg, and velocity is 1.5, but you have to take the square over here. So if you just calculate with the help of a calculator, you will get the answer. Kinetic energy is equals to 45 joules. Similarly, the second part is that we have to find out the potential energy. And you know that potential energy can be found out by the formula PE is equals to mgh. So mass is again given to you, that is 40, and value for gravity is always known, that is equal to the 10 meter per second. If the value for g is not given to you, even you know that the g is always equal to the 10 because it's a constant, and constant value cannot be changed if we are unless we are going on some height or in the space, right? For the earth, its value will be remain same, which is equal to 10. So write over here 10, and this height is given to you, that is also 6. So if you just calculate the potential energy, you will get the answer 2400 joules. So this is the value for 24 for potential energy, and that is 2400 joules or joules. So in this problem, they have asked us to calculate the kinetic energy and potential energy, and we have been calculated. Now come to the problem number 6.6. In problem 6.6, they have asked a motor boat moves at a steady speed of 4 meter per second. It's mean the velocity, speed is equal to velocity, and that is given to you, which is equal to 4 meter per second. Water resistance acting on it is uh, 400 Newton, 4000 Newton. So what we have to do, if you see from here, the water resistance acting on its 4000 Newton. So 4 Newton is basically the unit of force. It's mean the water resistance is basically the force, right? So we can know that water resistance is equal to F, which is equal to 4000 Newton. We have judged from the unit that it is a which quantity it is, whether it's a force or it's a mass. So from Newton we can judge that, we can guess that it is a force, and we have to find out the power. So for power, first of all, those students, they don't know what is power. Power is basically a rate of doing work with respect to time. And the formula for power is P is equals to W by T, and the unit for power is watt. So power is given by W by T. And sorry, this T is small because this is the time. right? Okay. So power is equals to W by T, and you know that formula for work done is equals to F into S. So we open the formula of work over here, and T will be remain as it is. Now we know that S by T give us the velocity. Velocity is equals to rate of change of distance or displacement with respect to time. So S by T will be equal to V, and F will be remain as it is. This is a formula for velocity. If you don't remember, you can just recall the unit 2, the topic velocity. You can easily find out that this formula is equal to velocity. So now the formula will be equal to P is equals to F dot V. Now just substitute the values, because you know that the force is equal to 4000 Newton, and V is given to you 4 meter per second. So just put the value over here. P is equals to 4000 into 4. If you just calculate it, you will get the answer 16,000 watt. And you know that these three zeros, they are equal to kilo. So you can write the answer in kilowatt. So P is equals to 16 kilowatt. This is the answer
Uh,
for, yes, beta.
मैम इन पावर इज इक्वल टू आगे जाके मैम आपने लिखा हुआ है कि ये जो F इंटू
F
ये
dot S,
V लिखा हुआ है.
F dot S, F
यस
dot
मैम.
S. Beta, for what I do over here, if you see the problem, work is this is the work, this W is equals to work. So work has the formula F into S, force into displacement. I will open the formula of work over here, okay? And T is
Yes
small,
ma'am.
T is small, okay? This is not capital, this is time, okay? T is small over
Yes ma'am.
here. Okay, now you know that what is the formula for velocity. Velocity is given by distance over time, right? So if I can write
Yes ma'am.
instead of S by T, I can write the V. Okay, so I will write over V. This is the velocity and this is the force, right? Then I just put the values, and I calculated the value of power, and power has unit the they are calculated in the unit watt, right?
Ma'am, so the ma'am, so power is equal to force into velocity.
Power is equals to work over time, right? Rate of doing work with respect to time. But here we
Yes ma'am.
also have to see our data, that what data is given to us, right? So here the force is given to us and the velocity is given to us, so we have to change our formula according to our data. And we know that work is equal to force into displacement or distance, right? Then we have to divide it by t, and we
Yes
know
ma'am.
that a distance by time can be equal to velocity. So we have to change the formula according to our requirement of the data, right? Because in problems sometimes we just we didn't don't use the formula directly. We have to convert it according to our requirement. Now
Okay ma'am.
now see problem 6.7. It is also very easy problem. A man pull a block with a force of 300 Newton. It's mean the force is given to us, and that is equal to 300 Newton through 50 meter in 60 seconds. It's mean the distance is equal to 50 meter and the time is 60 seconds. And they have asked us that find the power used by him, right? So power, the formula for power is again P is equals to W by T, and we know that W is equals to F into S, because the parameter F and S, they are given to us. Just put the value 300 into 50 by 60. You just and we can, when we calculate with the help of a calculator, we will get the answer 250 watt. So the power is equals to 250 watt. This is very easy formula. You just have to write the formula for power, which is equals to P is equals to W by T, and work done is equals to force into distance. You just open it and then put the values and then calculate it. Now 6.8. If you see problem 6.8, they have asked a 50 kg man. It's mean the mass of man is 50 kg. Move 25 steps up in 20 seconds, and he's moving he's covering these 25 steps, right, in 10 seconds. So the number of steps that are given to you is 25, and the time he's taking to move is 20 seconds. And it is mentioned that if each step is 16 meter high, it means the height of one step is about 16 meter. Then we have to find out the power, right? So first of all, we have to find out the total height. How do we find out the total height? Because the number of steps they are given us, they are 25, and the height of each step is 16 meter. So it's very simple. We just have to multiply 25 by 16 and we get the 400 centimeter. And now you know that for height, for meter, for length, we use the unit meter. So we have to convert this centimeter into meter. So 400 is divided by 100 to get the answer in meter. So h is equal to 400 meters. So these are the steps that are calculated by using the given data. Now we have find out the h, and all the data is given to us. H is known to us, and time is known to us, and mass is also known to us, and we have to find out the power. So the formula for power is, again, if we use a formula, W is equals to W by T. And now here the work done is equals to F into H, because the distance is in the form of a height. So we can write H instead of S, right? So F dot H is equals to T, and W, and F is also a weight. So you can also write over here as a W, right? And you know that W is equals to mg, h will be as it is, and this is time. So the mass is given to you, that is 50. Value for g is always 10, and for height it is equals to 4, and time is given to you 20. You just need to multiply them and you will get the answer 100 watt. So this is also a very simple problem. Now see problem number, uh, last problem. I think this is the last one. 6.9. Okay, class, we just do problem till here, okay, from till 6.8, because there's not enough time that we can complete problem 6.9 and 6.8. So class, these are the problem for today. You have to write all these problems in your neat notebook, okay? And if you have any confusion regarding these problems from 6.1 to 6.8, you can ask me. You can ask me a question now, or you can also ask me on GC or WhatsApp, right? So we end our lecture over here. If there any confusion, you can ask me now, okay? Okay, class, is there any confusion?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am,
Okay.
I didn't. Can you please explain to me what is potential energy?
But a potential energy is basically the energy that is possessed by the position of the body. If the body is on the height, we can say that it is possessing the potential energy because it is placed on some height that is equal to h, right? If you see that there is a stored water in a dam, we can say that it has a stored potential energy because that water is stored at some height. So we can say that it has a stored potential energy in the body, right? Is there any confusion, class? You can ask me. And in potential energy, basically the height is involved. Whenever the height is involved, we can say that it has a potential energy. Potential energy is basically because of some position, and position is mainly some height. If the object is at some height, we can say that it has the gravitational potential energy because it has tendency to move towards the earth. If there is a,
Yes, ma'am.
okay, is there any confusion? You can ask me. Yes, any other
No,
student?
ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, should I end the lecture?
Yes, ma'am.